When our family lived in Cleveland, Ohio, at one point they had to move from their dira that they lived in. And at that time they couldn't find a place to rent. The only place they found was a house outside, out in the outskirts of a Yiddish neighborhood. Not far, just a few minutes away, but in the outskirts of the Yiddish neighborhood. And that's what they rented. Upstairs was a Yid, but the owner was a Yid, but that's the house that they rented. One night as we were sleeping in the room, the way the house was set up, that in the back there were a few bedrooms. There was one bedroom in the front. Actually, that bedroom was called a sunroom because it had windows all around. All three sides were really windows. Most of the wall was windows. So one night as we were sleeping, I was sleeping there with one of my brothers, a rock came crashing through the window. Obviously, we got very scared. Also, it was the middle of the winter. It was cold. So we ran out. We looked to see who's there. No one was walking. No one was running. No car was passing by. Obviously, we called the police. The police came. They made a report, and that's it. We boarded up the windows, and we went back to sleep. The next night, the same thing happened again. Another window was broken. Called the police again. They made the police report again. And that's it. We got very scared, but we still kept on sleeping in that room. We boarded it up again. It happened a few times. Then we decided that we're going to put like a patrol. Somebody should sit all night by the door, and if it happens right away, to run out to see what's happening. Those nights that people were waiting, nothing happened. After that, when it stopped, it happened again. We called the police again. They said there's nothing they can do, but what they said what they're going to do is they're going to put a car across the street. Across the street of the house was a public school, and they had a big parking lot. So in the parking lot, they're going to put a patrol car of a police, for a whole night, and they'll sit and watch. So they sat and watched the whole night. Nothing happened that night. The same thing happened the second night. They watched again a few nights. Nothing happened. When they stopped watching, again it happened. And we didn't know what to do. When it happened, we were ready for it. So we ran out right away. Ran down the block, looking on all sides. No car passing by. No people passing by. It's still, it's quiet. We didn't know what happened. My father, all of a shalom, wrote to the Rebbe and got an answer from the Rebbe. The letter came. It was a typed letter, and in the typed letter it said all kinds of other things. But then at the end of the letter, with the Rebbe's Ksav Yad Kodesh, was written in pen 3 words: Kedai livdek Mezuzos. It's worthwhile to check the Mezuzos. So we checked the Mezuzos, and we found one mezuzah puzzle. I don't remember if it was the mezuzah of that room or a mezuzah from a different room, but one mezuzah was puzzle, and that was fixed. And from then on, this didn't happen. Exactly what happened, the police never found out. We never found out. We don't know what happened, who was throwing the rocks, what was going on. We never found out. But since then, it stopped. And anyway, after a while, we moved out. But after the mezuzah was checked, it didn't happen again. And it's still left as a mystery. Where did it come from and how it happened?